Imagine you have been to a supermarket and in the billing section or billing counter, you must have noticed people form a queue. And now as per the COVID norms, you need to maintain distance of up to 6 feet. So now wherever you go, you must maintain distance of up to 6 feet, right? Or just consider an example that you want to get vaccinated and now you have been to a hospital, right? So when you have been to a hospital, you must have noticed a queue. Now my question is, what do you notice in a queue? Yeah, you may tell that we notice people and nothing else. Yeah, it's quite good as a humor. But what about the maths in it? So now let me tell you the maths behind the queue, right?
Yes!
So whenever you have been to a hospital, you must have noticed there will be a queue, right? Yeah, as we spoke earlier, there will be a queue. Now let this be our term 1, right? Let this be our term 1 or person 1. Okay, let this be our term 1 or person 1, and the last one will be our term n or person n. So the other two will be our term 2, term 3 or person 2 or person 3, right? Now as per the norms, what we need to do, we need to maintain distance of up to 6 feet. So there is a distance of 6 feet from one person to another and it goes up to nth term. So what do you notice here? We notice there is a distance of 6 feet and it is constant at all places, right? It is constant in all places. Like if you notice, from person 1 to person 2 it is 6, from person 2 to person 3 it's again 6, and up to the nth term it will be same for all, right? So what can we notice here? We can notice a sequence. So we can notice a sequence. But now what is sequence? A sequence is nothing but the consecutive arrangement of terms, right? It is the repeated arrangement of terms on a pattern. We can call it as a sequence. Now let me consider another example. Imagine you are traveling in a bus, right? Imagine you are traveling in a bus and even there in the seating arrangement inside the bus, you must have noticed there is a pattern. There is a sequence. How? Because you can see the seating arrangement between one pair of seats to the other pair of seats is same, right? The difference again here will be same, right? Now just let us get back to our previous example. Now we saw here there is difference. There is difference between term 1 to term 2. Now what is that? It is nothing but the common difference, right? It is common in all places. Therefore we can call it as common difference, right? And it is denoted by D. And therefore the terms or individual elements what you see in this example, every element what you see in an example or a sequence, we call that as term, right? Remember these terms which are very important. A term is nothing but the number of elements which exist in a sequence, and D is nothing but the common difference. Similarly, if we take our bus example, there is a common difference between all terms here, right? So all the pair of seats, there is a difference in all the seating arrangement, and therefore we can call this also as a sequence, right? Now imagine you want to get onto the top of this roof, but there are no staircase. So what can you utilize? You can utilize a ladder. And if you know, a ladder consists of steps, right? It consists of certain steps. Now between every step there is some distance, right? This distance will be same at all points. Can we call it as a common difference D? Yes, we can call it as a common difference D, since the difference between all the steps is same, right? And one pole or one step of this we can call it as a term, right? And the other thing what you need to understand is, even in sequence or series we have two types. One is finite and other is infinite, right? One is finite and other is infinite. Now in a ladder there will be an n step, right? It will not be infinite, it will not be up to n terms, because there will be an n for steps, right? So that comes under infinite sequence. Similarly, if we see our previous example, our sequence in a bus, even this can be finite, right? Because we can count the number of seats which are present. Similarly, our queue example, there will be end to the number of people in a queue, right? So even this is finite, right? So even we can call this as finite sequence. Yeah, so all these examples are forming a sequence, and as I told earlier, a sequence is nothing but the consecutive arrangement of terms or a pattern which is followed uniformly. Now what can we tell? Wherever we can see a sequence, we can see there is one thing common, that is common difference, okay, and it can either be finite or infinite. Now let me just take an example of arrangement of bricks. Arrangement of bricks. Now let this be my brick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now if you would have noticed, here I have only one brick, here I have total 2 bricks, and here I have total 3 bricks. And even here there is a pattern formed. How? Now just let me do 3 minus 2. The difference is 1. Again if I do 2 minus 1, again the difference is 1. So even in this example we can notice there is a common difference 1, and therefore since it has a common difference, it has a pattern, right? It has a pattern and therefore it forms a sequence, right? It forms a sequence, therefore anything which forms a sequence can be called as arithmetic progression, right? We can call it as arithmetic progression, which any term which has common difference d same at all points, we can call it as arithmetic progression, right? Now let me give you an example. Just pause the video for a certain seconds and tell me what can you notice in this example, or just think what can you notice here. Yeah, you are right. In this we can see a sequence of odd numbers, right? Yeah, we can see a sequence of odd numbers, right? We have 1, 3, 5, 7 and it goes on up to nth term. Therefore this example is an example for infinite series, right? It has up to nth term, right? We can get the odd numbers up to nth terms. Now what can we notice in this example? We can again notice there is a common difference, right? That is, let this be our term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4 and it goes on up to term n, right? Now let me do t2 minus t1 which is equal to 3 minus 1 which is equal to 2. Similarly, if I do t3 minus t2 which is equal to 5 minus 3 which will again give me 2. Similarly, if I do t4 minus t3 which is equal to 7 minus 5, it again gives me 2, right? So what can you notice here? We can notice there is a common difference d which is equal to 2 in all terms, right? We can notice the difference is 2 between 1 and 3, similarly 2 between 3 and 5, between 5 and 7 again the difference is 2, and it can go on up to nth term, right? Let me take other example of our even numbers, right? That is 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10, right? Now what can we notice here? Again we can notice a common difference d, right? We can again notice common difference d between all these terms, right? Let this be our again t1, t2, t3, t4 and it goes on up to t5 and then up to tn, right? Now again let us calculate our common difference, that is t2 minus t1 which will again give me 4 minus 2 which is again 2. Wow. Again T4 minus T3. Okay, so T4 is 8, T3 is 6, it again gives me 2. So what can we conclude? Again the common difference for even sequence is 2. Again what can we notice here? Even numbers can go up to n terms. Therefore even this is an example for infinite series, right? Even this is an example for infinite series. So therefore even this is an arithmetic progression, right? Not Andhra Pradesh, it is arithmetic progression. We can notice an arithmetic progression even in this example, right? So in the coming screencast we will be seeing the formula for nth term and the sum of nth term. So till then have a grasp on all these basic topics, and before we close our today's video, let us have a quick recap. So yeah, so what is an AP? An AP is nothing but a sequence of numbers with constant difference between each consecutive term, right? As I told, it has consecutive arrangement with constant difference between each term. Therefore it forms an AP, that is arithmetic progression. Let us quickly recap what we have done in our previous video. In our introduction video, we have seen what is a sequence, right? So what is a sequence? A sequence is nothing but the arrangement of things or numbers in a definite order. So in sequence we have two types, that is finite sequence and infinite sequence, right? We have finite sequence and infinite sequence. What is finite sequence? A sequence which has an end can be called as a finite sequence, and an infinite sequence is a sequence which doesn't have an end, right? Similarly, what is a term? A term is nothing but each element in a sequence can be called as a term. Therefore, what is an arithmetic progression? A sequence of numbers with a constant difference between them can be called as an arithmetic progression. So in our previous examples, what we have taken example of odd numbers, right? That is 1, 3, 5, 7 and up to n terms, right? So here 1 is our T1, 3 is our T2, 5 is our T3 and 7 is our T4, right? So what can we notice here? We can again see that we have a common difference, that is 2 for all, right? 2 is the common difference for all. Now what if they have given n number of terms and we must find any term between them? It would be very difficult to calculate the common difference for all the odd numbers and calculate the nth term for any given number. Like if they have given calculate the nth term of 500, so what can we do for odd number? Where does 500 odd number come? So it would be really very difficult. So in that cases what they have done is they have given a formula for nth term of an AP. So that is nothing but Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So here A is nothing but our first term. A is nothing but our first term. N is our given nth term to be found. Okay, so this is our nth term to be found, and D is nothing but our common difference. Okay, so D is nothing but our common difference. In some textbook they have also given as Tn can also be written as An, okay, which is nothing but the last term. So similarly the formula will again remain same, A plus n minus 1 into D. Instead of A you can also write first term as Ft also, no issues, but it is better to go with this formula, that is A is our first term, N is the nth term to be found, and D is the common difference. Okay, now let me do one thing, let me substitute the common difference value in this formula and let's see what do we get. Okay, so the common difference for our given sequence, see the common difference is 2, and we have the formula Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So we don't know the nth term, sorry, we know the first term, right? That is 1, 3, 5 and 7. So we know the first term, so let me write it as 1 plus they have not given any nth term, so we'll just write it as n minus 1, and we have the common difference as 2, right? So let us just simplify this. 1 plus the simple multiplication, that is 2n minus 2, right? So again let us just solve this one. What do we get? 1 minus 2 is again minus 1, so we get it as 2n minus 1, right? So if you simplify this formula, you will get it as Tn is equal to 2n minus 1. So if they have given any problem which has a common difference as 2, what you can do, you can directly just substitute the nth term into this formula and you can get the answer. So in our previous example we saw that we must calculate the 500th term of odd number, right? So what we can do is we can just take t of 500 is equal to 2 into 500 minus 1, right? So what would be the answer? That is 1000 minus 1, which will give us 999. So this would be our t of 500th term. So this is our answer, right?